Okay, everybody, it's time to focus on me. I said these words with my fingers gripping the podium as 100 sets of eyes whipped to me and a ripple of laughter echoed through the theater. I was standing on stage in a vibrant blue cap and gown, about to deliver my high school valedictory address. I was terrified. Ironic because I had been in speech and debate all 4 years of high school. I was fully prepared. But it was those words, okay, everybody, it's time to focus on me, that had me sort of quaking. You see, all through kind of had this love-hate relationship with being seen. I was top of the class. I was involved in all the things. And I had this, it's time to focus on me. And so when it came time to prepare for this talk, my speech coach said, "You know how you have to start this thing, right?" And I said, "I am not doing that. There is no way I am going to stand on the stage and say, okay, everybody, it's time to focus on me." And she said, "You have to." She said, "This is the time where you've actually earned people's focus, and it's worth it to you to receive it." I had no idea that I would have this love-hate relationship with being seen. You know, it's really uncomfortable to take ownership of the spotlight. You know, we always talk about wanting to be seen. We talk about wanting to do really great things. But the idea of people's eyes on you, of claiming the spotlight, is really uncomfortable. I'm not sure I can really pinpoint when or any particular moment where I realized I needed to shy away from the spotlight. I mean, maybe it was growing up in a really conservative church where the rules and the roles for women were very clearly defined. Women can't teach, women can't speak. Or maybe it was growing up in Egypt where I saw, once again, women's roles and the rules for how to be, how to operate, how to function and survive, how they were also clearly defined by religion, by culture, by the government. Or maybe it was in all the corporate boardrooms. I'm not totally sure, but I know that it was all of these experiences that really forced me to come face to face with this fear, not just of being seen, but also of having my voice come through loud and clear. And it wasn't until I was standing in a forest in Hawaii with my dear friend Tasha yelling louder and me punching her gloved fist over and over until I broke through the board and my voice completely unlocked. That moment was like all these pieces that had come together, almost like a mosaic, to really force me to examine, what are you doing with your life? What are you trying to create? You know, I had no idea that that moment, that shout, that louder, and my voice screaming and echoing through the forest would be so transformational. I didn't know that in the moment, what was really coming up were all of those random moments over time saying, be small. Don't speak too loudly. Don't share your expertise. Don't share your wisdom. But it was so important because it paved the way for so much of the work I'm doing now. And I think that's one of the reasons, that experience of really feeling like I needed to be small, that I couldn't receive people's eyes, the visibility for experiences that I had earned, moments that I had earned, that plays such a powerful role in how I want to be, what I hope for all of us. You know, we are living in a world where women, people, humans are experiencing immense pain and hardship. What got us to this place is not going to be sufficient to get us where we ultimately need to be, a kinder, more just, more equitable world. And the only way for us to get there is for each of us to be seen, to use our voice, to ask the important question of, what do I really want to say in the world? What am I building in the world? Is it meant to last? And then to willingly take that step forward and allow ourselves to receive all the accolades, the joy, the recognition of a life well lived and a life well shared. So I had no idea that when I said, okay, everybody, it's time to focus on me, just how important that moment would be. Because it was the beginning, it was an opening into something I didn't even know who I would become, how I would show up in the world. But it was an invitation. It was an invitation to me, and it's an invitation to you. The question I'm constantly asking myself that doesn't quite seem to settle is, what in the world would change if I said what I really wanted to say? What is that thing? Because once I know that thing, it feels like it's going to be easier to say it, to do all the things. The world needs each of our voices. It needs your voice, and yours, and yours. And so, as I stand here using my own voice, really asking you to use your voices, I hope that you'll think about what it is that you're trying to create in the world and just do it. You know, as I was standing at that podium talking to all my graduating classmates, the question was, what are we going to do with our life? What's that next step? I didn't know it then, but I do now.